Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and I'm out the house, baby, okay? Because Valentine's Day was yesterday, but I'm still celebrating love, and I love me some wine. So I came to Mutiny Wine Room in the Heights neighborhood of Houston to try a flight or two. We've got Mark Ellenberger here.
Welcome to Mutiny.
Thank you so much. You're the co-owner and resident winemaker.
That's correct.
Ooh, so you know your thing.
Well, we hope so. Would you like to taste some wine?
Hell yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, here I am at the bar with Mark. And before we dive into these flights, tell me about Mutiny. What exactly is this place?
Mutiny is essentially a concept that my wife and I came up with, and it stems from the fact that we make wines in California. We have been doing that for about 17 years.
Wow.
And we never really found that a lot of the people that we worked with were able to import their wines into Texas just because they were too small. And so we kicked around the idea of having our own place here where we could bring in small boutique wines from around the world that generally are not available elsewhere in the state of Texas or in the city of Houston, for that matter.
So you're creating a mutiny in Texas.
There you go. That's the genesis of the name is Mutiny.
Is it really?
Yeah, we're outside the normal channels. Yes.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who are curious about Mutiny, have never been here before, what is the experience you want to deliver?
Well, we want to have a casually elegant environment. We like people to come in, taste a flight in the tasting room, and then stay for dinner.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, all right. It's time to drink wine, right?
Okay.
What do we got here?
So our first flight today is going to be sparkling wines from France that are not from the Champagne region.
Okay.
And those are all called Cremant. And the interesting thing about Cremant is, number one, much more affordable than Champagne, generally speaking. And number two, you get a different varietal. You get different grapes that are in these particular sparkling wines than you would in the Champagne region. Champagne is generally made with Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, or Pinot Meunier. So the Cremants from other regions are generally made with an indigenous grape. So we get to try different grapes in these sparkling wines.
Love that. Okay, so any sparkling wine made in France is a Cremant if it's not in Champagne, France? Is that
Correct.
accurate? Oh, interesting.
Exactly right.
Learn something new, baby. All right, let's dive into the wine. What do we got here?
Okay, so the first one is called the Cremant de. It's from a very, very small region in the far east, southern eastern part of France, near the Swiss and Italian border. It's made with, the primary grape here is Muscat, which is very different from, say, Chardonnay or Pinot Noir. So,
This is
cheers.
fantastic. That is so smooth.
So that's Cremant de.
Cremant de.
Yes.
Next we have...
So the next one is, this is kind of a rare animal. This is Cremant de Burgundy, or Bourgogne, as they say in France. But it's made with Cabernet Franc, which is not a typical grape of Burgundy. Burgundy is generally, the whites are made with Chardonnay and the reds are made with Pinot Noir. But it is an allowed grape in the production of Cremant.
Oh, cheers.
So, cheers. So this, you get...
Ooh, this is fruity.
Exactly, you get the red fruits because it's coming from the Cabernet Franc and not from a white grape. Even though the wine is generally clear, it is, you do get the richness from the Cabernet Franc.
I love it. It really coats the mouth deliciously. I love it.
So the last one here is a Cremant from the Loire, which is the sort of the central part of France. And the typical grapes there on the white side are Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc. And so this is made with Chenin Blanc and a little touch of Chardonnay.
Okay, cheers. This is like citrus apple is what I'm getting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of the varietals will manifest themselves as, very citrusy and a little bit of green apple as well.
All right, you have some reds here.
Yes. So
Is that part of a different flight?
Yes. So my other job, so to speak, is the winemaker for Kagan Cellars, which is a brand that my wife and I own in California. As I said, we've been making wine for about 17 years. This year, these 3 wines all won gold or better at the San Francisco Chronicle wine competition, which is the largest wine competition in the United States. And
Wow.
so, yes, we're very proud. So our Sangiovese won gold, our Chardonnay won gold, and our Cabernet Sauvignon from Rutherford won double gold. So we're very proud of that. So we built this flight on Kagan Cellars wines that won gold or better in San Francisco.
Okay, you know your Like, I came in here saying, like, he knows his wine because he's the resident winemaker, but you make award-winning wine.
We do.
Okay, hold on, I need to try this. Like, what? You're giving me France. I need
So
Ellenberger wine.
So this is what we call our K3. It's from Rutherford. Those in the know will recognize from this label that the wine, the grapes come from the George III vineyard in Rutherford. It's 95% Cabernet Sauvignon, and then there's a touch of one of the other, what we call a Bordeaux blending grape. So there's a little bit of Malbec and a little bit of Petit Verdot as well. So enjoy.
Cheers. I've already been enjoying. I'm going on my second sip. This is fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very rich. It's very full-bodied. It's the area of Napa where this comes from in Rutherford. There's an element of the wine components there that we call Rutherford dust. So on the mid palate, you get this kind of rich fullness that almost manifests itself like a dusty element.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's very particular to that region.
That's perfect. All right, well, cheers. I love what you're doing here at Mutiny.
Well, thank you very much. We're really proud of what we do here.
And we got a lot more talking to do because I got to learn all about all this wine. And they've got how many bottles?
Well, typically 50 to 60 bottles on the list and about 170 bottles in-house.
All right, I got a lot of talking to do, but I'm heading out for the weekend, all right? So y'all enjoy. Cindy Burbano, who's gonna be house sitting for the rest of the week. I'll see you guys when I come back. All right, so.
Thanks, Carolina. Don't worry, I'm holding down the fort. Today, we're observing Single Awareness Day. I'm joined here with some friends to discuss all about it, so don't go away. The conversation starts right after the break.
Good night to me. I love myself so much. I mean the world to me.
It's Single Awareness Day, and I'm joined here by a fabulous group of people. We got Cinco Young, Ray Haley, Ben Jackson, and Kairi Rodriguez. And let's talk about this. You know that according to Wallet Hub, Texas has been named the second best state in the country for singles. Do we agree?
What's number one?
It doesn't matter. Texas is number 2. Do you agree? Is it not working for you? What's going on?
No, I'm just saying, I'm from Texas, so I want to know what beat us out. I got to know the information.
Well, are you in a relationship or are you single?
I'm not single.
Oh, you're not single? What are you talking about?
The truth comes out.
Single, ready to mingle, Ray over here. How are you feeling it?
I'm just wondering why this man smirked like that after saying he wasn't single.
Right? He's in between relationships. Or sorry, here.
He didn't say that. He said he was single. I think it was a great answer.
Not single.
He's not single.
Wait,
which one is it now? I said I'm not single.
Oh, he's not single. That's still a great answer.
This is exactly why a lot of people in Houston find it so difficult to date, because it's like, am I single? Am I not single? I'm between relationships.
Sounds like there might be a situationship happening.
Something is going on here.
Hey, this ain't really about me. This is about single awareness.
Right.
Kaidi, I heard that you are on this journey to date. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I have a blog, 100 Dates in Houston, and the whole idea is that I am endeavoring to go on 100 dates to find the love of my life, and I'm documenting it along the way. But the idea is that I don't make it to 100. So I'm hoping that someone will take me out the game before I make it to 100. But it's just a way of keeping my mindset on the goal.
Are we on date number?
We're on date number 18.
Is it with the same, like, can you go on 2 dates with the same person?
I can, but usually after date number 3, I get clarity. After 3 dates, we kind of know whether it's going to be a go or not. So it's been about 7 different guys, 18 dates.
Okay, and do you find it difficult to meet guys here in Houston?
Not really. So I'm on the apps, I'm meeting people in person, I have friends that are connecting me, and those tend to be the best ones, by the way. If you can get a connection by a friend, then you're good.
I agree, because they know you, they might know the other person. They're like, oh, they'll be a great match.
Yeah.
What do you think, Cinco?
Well, that's one way to put your 10,000 hours in for love. You know what I mean? So I think that is that's one way to go about it. But yeah, I think Houston is definitely a great place to date. I mean, there's multiple places to go to for a great vibe and a first date. So yeah, for sure.
But this is my question. So they do this study, right? And it's the best or the second best state to date. But is it to date to find like a serious relationship, or is it a good city to date and like whore around?
I think it is a good place to be single, as in, so you said it's wallet.com, right? So I'm thinking because the cost of living is so low in Texas, you don't have to split, you know, if you don't have someone to split your rent with or whatnot, you want to be in a place where the cost of living is low. So I'm thinking that's what it is, because if you talk to anybody on the dating scene in Houston, they're like, oh, it's trash. You know?
That's what I was going to say.
They're going to say that about everywhere, though.
Yeah. So being single in Houston overall is a good thing. If you're out there, you're looking for a good time, maybe finding a good partner, Houston would be the city to do it. It's much better than maybe, I don't know, LA or Miami.
You can find it all. We got the best medical center. You can find you a little nurse.
I'm for Dr. Money, my boy. What you mean?
I'm just saying, but see, think big.
Dating could get expensive,
we got
too.
everything.
I think dating for men, dating could get expensive. You could be you can go on 3 dates. Next thing you know, you're 20 grand in the hole.
So I think where are you taking these ladies?
I think.
No, you guys like to split the cost of dating.
Ask any of the homeless people that are on the median. They're homeless from dating. I'm telling you, just
too many happy hours. They
gotta hit the happy hours.
They gotta hit the happy hours.
That's true. Maybe that's where they went wrong.
Yeah.
But there are some good happy hours, some good sushi spots. So yeah, Houston is good for that. Yeah.
But I mean, you're spending a lot of money, and like you said, I think for men it might be a little bit more difficult, because as women we kind of expect, when we're single, like you said, wine and dine and all this, and y'all are the ones spending the money.
Absolutely.
So do you really have to decide who you're taking out to where you're taking? Like, this girl deserves a good, 5-star restaurant. I could take her to the
You have to be
bar.
selective for
you
sure.
gotta be creative though, and Houston is one of the best cities to be creative in. When you talk about like Discovery Green, Boat, it's just different things to do. And when you move around, we got all types of parks. You can go walk and take a picture, whatever you want.
There's a lot to do. There's definitely a lot to do.
You can be creative, so you can hold on to your dollar if you're smart about it.
No, I just changed my strategy to coffee dates, and just strictly going for coffee dates, because you get distracted by all the fun, the things to do, the lights, the ambiance. I think it's better you just want to be with that person. Like, if you're really trying to find something serious, just be with that person.
But that's good though, because you have that one-on-one time, But talking about being single, a lot of my girlfriends are dreading Valentine's Day, but there's a lot of perks to being single. Coming up next.
We've got every episode of The Nightcap, and we can go for hours. Download the Fox Local app on any of the following smart TV platforms and get in on the fun.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Cindy Burbano, and we've been talking about being single, but there are a lot of perks about being single. Let's check out what this lady has to say.
5 reasons you should celebrate being single today and every day. When I was single, I took the time to truly fall in love with myself. You have the time and you have the space to connect with your friends, because friends can mean the love of your life too. Single people are statistically more physically fit. I didn't make it up. It's according to a study. You can do whatever you want to do. There's no one getting in the way of your yoga, your meditation, your journaling. Your time is yours. You're almost forced to develop different skill sets. I may be small, but I can move a whole couch by myself.
That's right. What do you girls think about that?
I mean, I have had to move a couch by myself before, so I can relate. But I think she's right. I think being single is pretty dope, because I really don't have to worry about where you've been, where I'm supposed to be at, like who I'm supposed to be mingling with. If I don't want to hang out with people, I'm gonna be chilling at the house. Like, and I think it's pretty cool to have that availability, not only for yourself, but for the people you really want to connect with. And that doesn't have to be daily, because I have no obligation to anybody other than me and my dog.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And I know being single, you kind of get to know yourself better. And I think that it's healthy to a point to just kind of do that and then be able to give yourself to somebody else or know how to love.
Right. You don't want to be in a relationship out of a space of need, because I can't be by myself. So when you're single, you're kind of forced to learn how to be with yourself, how to make yourself happy, so that you can go into a relationship that adds to you and you're not clinging to it, to kind of make you this person.
What do you think, Ben?
I agree.
You do agree?
Yeah, I agree.
You think that being single is a good thing? You get more time for yourself? Is that why you're in between relationships?
I think that is. I think that is good. It's good to be single. Being single, it's not good to be single. You should use your time single wisely. I'm a person that like to shut off. Like, I do what I need to do. I be out when I need to be out with people and stuff like that. But I like to have my alone time. So you talking about in a relationship, you got to compromise that time that you didn't used to have to compromise. So use your single time wisely, because when you get in a relationship, it's not there.
It's not that. You're sharing locations. You're having to tell people where you're at, what you're eating, what time you're coming home. What do you think, Cinco?
Yeah, I think most importantly, it's important to improve it's an opportunity to improve yourself every day. So I think that's the best chess move, at least for everybody. If you're improving yourself, working on yourself every single day, then you're progressing to something greater, and then let your partner be like the byproduct of like your success possibly. So I think the best chess move is to work on yourself every single day, and then somebody that is good for you will like merge into your life. So.
I think people stress relationship status too much.
I heard this statistic that said that the happiest people are single, unmarried women without children.
I bet that too.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
No kids, no relationship, no marriage. Like, you do whatever you want.
What have you been seeing, Katie? Like, with your experience with the dating, I mean, do you find that you're happy or happier doing this?
I think that personally, I enjoy being in a relationship. But I have learned how to be happy in whatever phase that I'm in. And I think that that's the key. I would love to be partnered. I think being in a healthy partnership is the goal. But if it's not healthy, then I don't want it. So I can be better all by myself. So I'm good right now.
You're good. So happy, single, let's keep it going. We need to hear back after those 100 dates. Hopefully you don't make it. Right. Maybe by date number 20, you'll be taken, you'll find the man of your life. And that happened to me. I found my fiance on a dating app. Well, I didn't find it. Somebody pretended to be me, but that's a whole other story.
Oh, wow.
It was my best friend. It was my best. No, my best friend was the one doing the picking. Okay, so coming up next, I speak with a mind and wellness expert. She shares some fabulous ideas to help you feel your best if you're single and ready to mingle, or just want a way to take care of the most important person in your life. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. Today we're taking care of our single friends. Maybe you're happily single and your focus today is to practice self-care, or maybe you want to dive right into the dating pool. Either way, we have you covered. Joining me now is Jaya Myra. She is a mind and body wellness expert. She's going to give us some insight into how to feel your very best as a fabulous single in the city. We're going to get started with our friends who maybe are feeling a little down because of their single status. How can they boost their mood? Jaya, tell us a little bit about what they can do.
Well, you might actually be surprised, but food can be one of your best options for boosting your mood naturally. Those happy hormones that we have in our body, dopamine, serotonin, actually 90% of the serotonin is actually created in the gut based on what we eat, even though we think about it being a brain chemical.
What do you recommend for those who are in the mood for love?
So if you are in the mood for love, I recommend that you add some foods which are going to help to boost your libido, help to get the blood flowing naturally, and even create pheromone production inside of the body. Yes, you can actually eat foods that help your body emit the right pheromones to attract the opposite sex. So some of the things that I would recommend for this, and this may be surprising, but number one on my list is celery. Celery is a great healthy, natural aphrodisiac. So if you don't want to do caffeine, you don't want to do sugar, dark chocolate, go for the celery. Another really great option, super easy to add to your diet, your food. If you like tea, you can even add it to your tea. It's a very common ingredient in some types of chai, is saffron. So a lot of people will cook with it. But if you add a little bit of saffron to your diet, and it doesn't have to be much, of course, saffron is very strong, it has these same effects. So it's really important to take care of ourselves, our own mental and emotional well-being. One of the things that I might recommend is a gratitude jar. So you can actually see this behind me. I have one front and center on my shelf.
And what does
gratitude jar is a great option because
the gratitude jar. I hear you saying it, but what do we have to do?
Basically, you have a jar. It can be any size, shape, or form. And then you just write stuff down on like a little scrap of paper, or you can get those fancy note cards like the ones that are in here. And then you just write down things that you have been grateful for or that have made you happy. So this is super fun because you can open up this jar at the end of the year, the end of the month, however frequently you want, and more consciously reflect on the things that have brought you joy.
Thank you, Jaja, for those amazing tips with our friends and you at home. I hope you took some notes. And on that note, thank you so much for tuning in on The Nightcap. Have a great night.